I feel like this setup might frequently become something that we do a little bit more. So this is the ADD we're shooting on. I've got a microphone right here, so if I tap it, yeah. So that should be where the sound is coming from. I'm doing manual levels for this, and a camera is just in front of me. I'm actually not lighting this right now. I'm just using the daylight. And I know I've been talking about setups a lot lately, but honestly, I think for this iteration of the vlog, production quality is going to really start being important for me. Now, you might be asking yourself, I said I had work today. Why am I vlogging at a point where there's daylight out? Because normally the second the sun comes up, the second the sun goes down, I'm at work on days like this. Well, and the answer is because I'm an idiot, and I got all the way to work this morning, and I realized I work the night shift tonight. So I'm here until about 2:30, which is when I'll leave for work today, and then I'll get back here around 1. So I'm here for now, just struggling to find ways to fill the days. I don't know, because I hate this. I don't want to say hate. That's a strong word. I don't like the shifts like this because it makes me feel like I can never really relax. Because the entire shift or the entire day, I'm like just leading up to the shift. I'm like, well, I could do that right now. I could play Pokemon right now, but I'd only be doing it for like an hour. And you see, even right now, I'm sitting here fidgeting in my chair, which is causing me to bounce up and down. Not for us. The neighbors are also having something on next door, so sorry if you can hear that. But yeah, that's, I don't know, today is always just a weird one like this. I haven't worked a night shift in forever. I think the last time I was at the store to close it was actually on Thanksgiving Day itself. So I really don't know what to do with myself. It is only 11:48 in the morning. I need to leave around 2:30 or so I still have like a good 2.5 hours to myself. So I might actually play Pokemon for a little while. But I've been using today just to clean up just a little bit more, get a little bit more accustomed to everything. And I've been working on a little bit of more financial stuff recently too, because, and yes, I know I was talking about this a little bit yesterday, but it is March of 2020, and I've been like slowly trying to improve myself now. It's not, I don't want to call it like a New Year's resolution or anything like that, but because it's something I'm continually working on. It's not anything that I do, but I do want to try for like 2 more major goals this year, and one of which is that I want to get better financially, because I do really, a lot of my, what am I trying to say? A lot of what I do day to day is very consumption oriented. So, I don't usually hesitate when buying something. I mean, look, even some of the gear right now that we're using is something that I, probably bought that I didn't need. So I'm working on that, and I think the next big step that I'm going to do, I'm actually going to do it right now, right here on camera. And I've been thinking about doing this for a little while, but I want to delete, I have an entire folder of them, all of these food delivery apps, because they just cause me to spend extra money that I really don't need to be spending. How do I rearrange apps on my phone again? Do I really have to do this one by one? I'm going to leave Instacart on there, and that's for 2 reasons. One, I don't have a car, so it winds up being actually cheaper to use Instacart, so that I can just have it, like, I can place an order and have it delivered here for less than the cost of either me taking the shopping cart and going up to the grocery stores at the top of the hill, or even worse, having to buy enough groceries that I would have need to hire like a Lyft or an Uber or something to bring them back down anyway. But another way that it actually saves money is it stops you from one mooring. Oh, I just see this right now, so I'm just going to grab it. It stops that, and it is really nice about that. So even though it does cost a little bit of money to have to tip, here's my proof that I did it. The only thing, stop, phone, please focus. It might be a little too shallow, but you see there's one app there. But yeah, and the other thing that I really want to do is I really want to try to start eating better and being a little bit better at that. And I think that also harms too, because when I start being like, oh, I can just order food or whatever and have it delivered, that's probably not going to be the same quality as something that we could actually make here. And that's one thing we've talked about doing in the past, but this is me going through and actually deleting it, because it makes a lot more sense for us that if we ever want to get food, even if it's getting food out, because there are so many places around here that do it, just to get out and walk. it makes sense financially, and it makes sense just in terms of getting out and moving. Because, if we order food when we've been in the house all day, which, some weekends, like tomorrow, would be a good candidate for that. Oh, well, we're here all day, we might as well just go ahead and order a pizza or something, and then we'll have it delivered, and then it'll, all of a sudden what we could have done, locally for $10 is costing us 25 to have it delivered, and we're not getting out of the house at all. Whereas, we want to go down on Main Street or walk over to the Wawa to get something to eat. Oh, okay, cool. There's a 20-minute walk each way, and, okay, it's like 15. It's like 20 minutes if we take the bridge. But, it's like, we get that walk, and we pay less for the food because we're not paying delivery fees or tips or anything. So that's kind of my thought process there. And I don't want to limit self-improvement to being just the beginning of the year. And I know that we've moved a little bit out further into the year, and it's still the beginning of the year for most people. It's still quarter 1. But, I'm still actively seeking to do self-improvement. And that's one of the reasons I'm bringing the vlog back, because I feel like the vlog is part of that. And, that I think is the next step. Try to start eating a little better, try to start spending a little bit less. And deleting all of those food delivery apps, I think, accomplishes both at the same time. But we do have to be better about not just, like, oh, we're saving money, let's just go out and eat it. No, we do need to start making things at home. That is why we still have Instacart, because it allows us to buy all these foods and things that we can prep from home. Now, when we first started using Instacart, we were getting groceries about once a week, which was in return from us going to the grocery store about once a week, because that's about what it was taking for us, is that, we'd plan for about a week in advance. Oh, here's the menu, blah, 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 blah. But I'd like to get it to the point. And some of the weeks have started getting like this, just because it's usually better for me to do it on a day where I'm here, because it's all tied to my phone or whatever. So, because there are times that we've had it set up that she was going to be here, and they were calling me, and I'm at work, and I can't just go answer. So, we've started to feel like it's better to do that when I'm there. I'm going to fix this camera angle. But yeah, that's kind of the one thing, is that we're just going to start doing it with Instacart. We want to try to move it to a week and a half, is my original point that I was trying to make, every week and a half or so. Just to try to cut down on it, and sure, even if it makes the individual trips a little bit more expensive, we're, buying food for a week and a half now. It does cut down on those delivery fees, it does cut down a little bit. Well, it doesn't really cut down on the tips, because the tips are percentages. That's how we usually do it, I usually tip 20% of whatever the total is, so more food still means more tip for them, because obviously it's more work. But if we cut down on the amount of times we actually get the delivery, that'll help a little bit too. Anyway, those are kind of my self-improvement things for today. This is probably going to be the last clip you're going to see today, just because I'm probably not going to do too much, and then I'm going to go to work. And by the time I get back, it's going to be late at night, and I'm probably just going to come home and crash. Just as a reminder, I know this vlog is not going to be up tomorrow, but today is tomorrow, very early in the morning, is the beginning of daylight savings time. And this is for post you as well. Change the clocks on all your cameras. Push your clocks forward an hour. Yeah, tomorrow's a 23-hour day. That's your Nock vlog PSA of the year. See you guys tomorrow.